Why do plants suddenly die? 5 real reasons explained. Reason 1. Overwatering, root rot. You water your plant every day. Overwatering is the #1 silent killer of houseplants and garden plants alike. When roots sit in soggy soil, they can't breathe. They suffocate, rot, and the plant collapses from the bottom up. The science behind it. Healthy roots need oxygen as much as they need water. Waterlogged soil pushes all air out of the pore spaces, cutting off the oxygen supply. This creates the perfect environment for Phytophthora and Pythium, root rot fungi, to thrive. Studies show that over 85% of houseplant deaths are linked to overwatering. Warning signs. Yellowing leaves, especially lower ones. Wilting even though the soil is wet. Black, mushy stems near the base. A sour or rotten smell from the soil. Roots that are brown and slimy when you check. The fix. Stick your finger 2 inches into the soil. If it's still moist, don't water. Let the top layer dry out completely between waterings. Ensure your pot has drainage holes. If root rot has already started, unpot the plant, trim the black roots with sterilized scissors, and repot in fresh, well-draining mix. Gardener's tip. I learned this the hard way with my fiddle leaf figure. Less is more. Most plants prefer to be slightly underwatered than overwatered. When in doubt, wait it out. Reason 2. Underwatering, severe dryness. On the flip side, neglect kills just as fast. When a plant goes too long without water, it enters a stress state, pulling moisture from its own leaves and stems to survive. Cells shrink, photosynthesis halts, and eventually the plant shuts down entirely. The science behind it. Plants are about 90% water. Every biological process, nutrient transport, cell division, photosynthesis depends on water. When soil moisture drops critically low, plants close their stomata to reduce water loss, which also stops CO2 intake. No CO2, no photosynthesis. No photosynthesis, no energy, no life. Warning signs. Dry, crispy leaf edges and tips. Soil pulling away from the edges of the pot. Leaves curling inward to conserve moisture. Lightweight pot, dry soil is much lighter. Drooping, wilting even in bright light. The fix. For severely dried out plants, do a deep soak. Place the pot in a basin of water for 30 to 45 minutes and let the roots absorb moisture from the bottom. Then drain thoroughly. Going forward, set a watering schedule based on your plant's specific needs and your environment's humidity levels. Gardener's tip. My rule, lift the pot. If it feels like nothing is inside, it's begging for water. Weight is one of the best indicators of soil moisture, no gadget needed. Reason 3. Lack of sunlight. Light is not optional for plants, it is fuel. Without adequate light, a plant cannot produce the energy it needs to grow, defend itself, or even maintain basic functions. It slowly starves, and you might not even notice until it's too late. The science behind it. Photosynthesis converts light energy into glucose, the plant's food. When light is insufficient, glucose production drops below the plant's energy demand. The plant begins consuming its own stored carbohydrates, weakens its immune system, and becomes extremely vulnerable to disease and pests. Research from the Royal Horticultural Society confirms that low light is a leading cause of slow, unexplained plant decline indoors. Warning signs. Long, leggy stems reaching desperately toward the window. Pale green or yellowish leaves. Chlorosis. Leaves dropping without turning brown first. Extremely slow or no new growth for weeks. Variegated plants losing their pattern, going all green. The fix. Move the plant closer to a bright window. South or east-facing windows are ideal for most plants. If natural light is limited, invest in a full-spectrum grow light. Even 6 hours of artificial light per day can make a significant difference. Research your specific plant's light category. Low, medium, or bright indirect. Gardener's tip. I rotate my plants every 2 weeks so all sides receive even light. A plant that always faces one direction will become lopsided and stressed. A simple quarter turn every 14 days keeps them balanced and healthy. Reason 4. Nutrient deficiency. Plants need more than just water and light. They require a balanced diet of macro and micronutrients. And when those are depleted from the soil, the plant shows it on its leaves, stems, and growth rate. A nutrient-starved plant won't die overnight, but it quietly deteriorates until collapse. The science behind it. The three primary macronutrients are nitrogen, N, phosphorus, P, and potassium, K. The NPK you see on fertilizer bags. Nitrogen drives leafy green growth. Phosphorus supports root development and flowering. Potassium regulates water movement and disease resistance. Deficiency in any one of these disrupts the plant's entire physiology. Key deficiency signs. Nitrogen deficiency. Pale yellow leaves starting from the bottom. Phosphorus deficiency. Purple or reddish tint on the underside of leaves. Potassium deficiency. Brown, scorched leaf edges. Iron deficiency. Yellow leaves with green veins, interveinal chlorosis. Magnesium deficiency. Yellowing between leaf veins on older leaves. The fix. Use a balanced, slow-release fertilizer during the growing season, spring through summer. For container plants, nutrients flush out with every watering, so regular feeding is essential. Every 2 to 4 weeks with a liquid fertilizer or every 3 months with a slow-release granular formula. Always follow label instructions. Over-fertilizing causes fertilizer burn, which looks similar to deficiency. Gardener's tip. I make my own compost tea and use it as a gentle liquid feed every 3 weeks. It's organic, gentle, and gives plants a full-spectrum nutrient boost. Coffee grounds mixed into soil also work wonders for nitrogen-loving plants like tomatoes and roses.